business. Nobody has any business paying $30 to be in there. I will not.
I think that raising the price of admission for a museum is classist and morally indefensible. Because you have kids who are hungry for art and culture. And when you raise the price to a ridiculous level, their parents cannot afford it. Oh, yes, there's free Sundays and there's free Fridays. Well, that assumes that you can actually go on that particular day. I think that museums should exist and be free like they are in Europe and like they are actually in DC, because they're funded by our tax dollars and not some greedy private corporation that is into squeezing as much fucking profit as opposed to promulgating the beauty of art. The beauty of art. This is a very personal issue for me because I have always loved paintings and classical music, but I've been a little secretive about it because I grew up poor. I secretly listened to it. I would go to a Tower outlet and I'd buy the $2 to $5 classical CDs and I'd listen to them, and that's how I learned about it. But I never really shared this with anybody other than my closest friends. I never really wrote about this. I wrote my first ever essay on art about 5 years ago on Vermeer. And it was, when I was writing it, because I grew up poor and because I felt that the only people who should talk about paintings were the rich, I felt nervous. Even though I am now in a better position, economically speaking, I was fucking nervous. And when I heard back from two Vermeer biographers, I was almost in tears. I was shocked. They said, wow, you're a really good art critic. It's the first fucking time I had ever written criticism about art or thoughts about art. And if these museums had been free or low cost, if they had been democratized, I wouldn't be so nervous. I wouldn't have this anxiety. I'm just one of any number of people who have a brain, but who grew up, lower middle class, working class. What of those fucking people? What of those budding artistic people who can't now go to fucking MoMA because of this fucking $30 cost? You are crippling a generation. That's what you're doing.